Hi, I'm Sonia and welcome to my channel, Sonia on Being 60. In today's video, we're going to talk about foundations and primers. I'm going to look at the different types of foundations, the different types of primers. Should you mix and match with the two or not? So, foundations. We have water-based foundations, we have oil-based foundations, and we have silicone-based foundations. And with primers, we have silicone-based and water-based as well. When we're looking at a foundation, do you want to figure out, do you want a silicone-based, oil-based, water-based? Like, what is it that, what is going to be the best one for your skin? Well, typically, if your skin is very dry, you might be opting for an oil-based foundation. Whereas if you have, let's say, skin that's prone to acne, but is otherwise normal, or any kind of skin type actually, you may want to go to a water base. When it comes to silicone, for almost any type of skin type, unless maybe your skin's, like I said, very dry, or if it's prone to acne, then you can opt for a silicone-based foundation. Now, how do you tell which is which? Well, you can Google. If you know the type of foundation that you want to buy, you can Google it. You can look at the list of ingredients, which can be daunting at times. If you're in a store, you can ask the person that is, assisting you, ask them, if you want a silicone base, for them to show you those to you, or whatever it is that you're looking for. A couple of things. If you're looking at a water base, the primary ingredient is water, and you're not going to have any other like silicone type ingredients in the list of ingredients. If you look at a silicone-based foundation, it too will have water as the primary one, because for foundations, water is what makes it liquid. But then the next 2 or 3 ingredients are going to be silicone ingredient names. So the word silicone, the last 4 letters are cone, and that's what you're looking for, because typically the ingredients don't say they're silicone. They're going to call it like dimethicone or methicone. But if it has the C-O-N-E at the end, it is going to be a silicone type ingredient. Another silicone ingredient is called siloxanne. And I'll just link those names below just so you have them for reference. Another place that you can find out if your foundation is silicone or water-based is you can go on a website called NC Decode, and there you just type in the name of the product and it gives you the list of ingredients, and I'll put a link to that website in the description below as well. And I know too, like, if you're just, let's say you just go to the drugstore and you don't know what you want and there's nobody there to help you, and you think, well, maybe I want a silicone based, and then you look at the ingredients, like, can you see how tiny that is? It's like, I can't even read that with my glasses on. I don't know. So it can be a bit I won't say confusing or daunting, but it can be more than just going and saying, okay, I'm just going to buy this foundation because everybody's using this particular foundation, when in fact it might be the foundation that is the worst possible thing that you could put on your skin. Now, when I talk about oil-based foundations, and again, you're going to see water, you're not going to really see any of the silicone type ingredients, but you will see oils. Any word that ends in oil, well, it's going to mean that it's going to provide you that oil, that hydration that your skin may really need. So when it comes to putting on your primer, should you do water-based primer, water-based foundation? Or should you do like water-based primer, silicone foundation? Does it matter? It can. It really can. Now, I did some experimenting. I have a number of, like here, I have a number of different foundations. As well, I have a number of different primers. The foundations. I thought I had some water-based foundations because when I was on a website, it said for two of the foundations that I have, oh, they're water-based. Well, today I did a little bit more research and they have water as the first ingredient, but then the second ingredient is a silicone ingredient. So no, they're silicone-based. But I do have some silicone-based primers and I do have some water-based primers, and I checked the ingredients today and they are in fact water. So my experiment that I did last week works. So what I did was I took, for example, I took the NYX Marshmallow water-based primer, put it on one side of my face. Then, for example, I took the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, put it on, and this is a silicone base, put it on the other side of my face. And then I would take, the same, the same, for example, the same foundation, e.l.f. silicone, and put it on both sides. And that way I could see, is there a difference in terms of what it does to my face and how my skin reacts. And I did it with, and I mix and match like the different primers with the different foundations, because I didn't want to just try one foundation with one primer. I saw, I had a good enough of a sample size, I think. And for my skin, I was pleasantly surprised that they went on either one, like either way that I, used the primer and the foundation, they worked well. They didn't, kind of slide off my face, because what can happen is if you do use a primer, let's say that's water-based, and then a foundation that's silicone-based, and it's going to depend on your skin and probably on the type of primer and foundation you're using. It can go on cakey, it won't go on smooth, you won't have that nice natural looking finish that's what you're going for, and it can also peel up. So while in my case, it was fine. Both sides looked the same. They wore the same. They didn't, one side didn't kind of fall apart, if you will, after an hour or two. They performed equally well. But I do feel that it does make a lot of sense if you're putting on a silicone foundation that you would use a silicone primer. I just think that, these products are made to work together, and you'll get actually a better effect and a better look, I think, on your skin. So I hope you enjoyed this video and, now have maybe some new knowledge that you can take with you the next time that you're going to go and get yourself a primer and a foundation. So that's it for today. In upcoming videos, I want to start looking at some not cosmetics, some other ingredients that we find in some of our anti-aging, products. Some ingredients that apparently that's why a product is so expensive. And so my question is, well, what is the ingredient, and can you find it elsewhere? Or is it only in this product? So I'm starting to do a little bit of research on that, and it's quite fascinating, the things that you find out and learn. And so stay tuned for those. Those will be coming up in the next little while. That's it for today. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.